Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, today we are going to cut through the noise on three of the most overused terms in business: digitization, digitalization, and digital transformation. You hear them all the time. They sound kind of the same, but they're not. Understanding the difference is everything. So let's get right into it.
So here's the big question. Are these just fancy words for the same thing? The answer is a hard no. Not even close. People mix them up all the time, but they actually represent a journey, a clear progression. Think of it like climbing a ladder, from a simple first step all the way up to completely reinventing your business. Let's break it down. All right, so every journey has to start somewhere. For us, it's at the very bottom of that ladder. Step 1, digitization. This is the bedrock for everything else.
So what is it? Put simply, it's the act of turning physical stuff into digital information. Scanning a paper invoice to create a PDF, or taking your old vinyl collection and turning it into MP3s. You're not changing the information itself, you're just changing its container, from an atom to a bit.
And here's why that first step is so critical. Once something is digital, you can search it, you can process it, you can move it around instantly. You're basically creating the raw fuel for every digital project that comes after. Now, it isn't always simple. You have to worry about data quality and security, but here's the bottom line. Without this step, the other two we're about to discuss are just impossible. Okay, so now we've got all this digital data. Great. But what do we actually do with it? Well, now we can climb to the next rung on the ladder, which is digitalization. See, this is different. This isn't just about having the data anymore. It's about using it to make your current processes work better. You're not changing what you do. You're just using technology to fundamentally change how you do it, making things faster, smarter, more efficient. This slide lays out the flow perfectly. You take that digital data you've captured. You use it to automate workflows that used to be slow and manual. Then you look at the results and optimize those processes to make them even better. And the whole point, the end goal, is always to deliver more value, either by cutting costs or, more importantly, making things way better for your customers. And if you want to see what that looks like in the real world, get this. Retailers who use their digital customer data to automate and personalize marketing can see a 40% jump in conversion rates. That is a massive number. That's the power of digitalization in action. So we've turned our info into data. We've used that data to improve our processes. Now we reach the top of the ladder, the final stage, digital transformation. And this is where things get really interesting. This is about total reinvention. This is the big one. It's no longer about doing the same things, just better. It's about using technology to do entirely new things. It's a complete, top-to-bottom reinvention of the business itself. And real transformation, it touches every single corner of the company. It demands a culture that embraces change. It means embedding technology into everything. It forces you to reimagine your whole business model and ultimately create brand new ways to deliver amazing value to your customers. The classic example everyone uses is, of course, Netflix. They didn't just get better at mailing out DVDs. No way. They used technology to completely blow up the old model and create something totally new, a global streaming service powered by data and personalization. But maybe an even more powerful example of this reinvention comes from a company you would probably never think of as a tech leader, Domino's Pizza. So how did a pizza chain do it? They became obsessed with making the digital experience frictionless. They made it so incredibly easy to order from an app that picking up the phone to call felt ancient. And the result? A staggering 70% of their business now comes through digital channels. And the result of that shift? Just look at these numbers. Their stock price went through the roof, outperforming a ton of actual tech giants. Domino's didn't just get better at delivering pizza, they transformed into a technology company that happens to sell pizza. And this reinvention of the customer experience is happening everywhere. Take a look at Audi. They challenged the whole idea of a physical car dealership. Using augmented reality, they created these incredible virtual showrooms where you can build and explore any car you want, right there, without the limits of physical inventory. And sometimes transformation isn't just about cool new experiences, it's about pure survival. A giant like Walmart had to figure out how to compete with Amazon, so they poured billions into robotics, AI for their supply chain, and integrating services like online grocery and curbside pickup to stay in the game. So what's the secret sauce that powers these incredible transformations?
It is not just about buying the latest software. It's actually a dual engine with two critical parts that have to work together.
On one side, sure, you've got the technology, the AI, the cloud, the analytics. That's the enabler. But on the other side, and this is just as important, you have the human culture. And you know what? This is where most transformations die. The biggest point of failure isn't the tech. It's a culture that resists change. The tech is actually the easy part. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. You can have the best technology in the world, but if your people aren't on board, if leadership doesn't have a clear vision, it's destined to fail. For this to work, you absolutely need both. So, how does any organization actually start this journey? Well, it turns out there's a clear, four-step roadmap for building toward a digital future. It's really a continuous cycle. You start by building that data foundation. That's digitization. Then you use it to optimize your operations. That's digitalization. From there, you make the leap to transform the business itself. And finally, you foster a culture of constant innovation to keep the momentum going and stay competitive. We'll leave you with this final thought. Digital transformation isn't a project you start and finish. It's a permanent state of being. In today's world, companies are really in one of two states. They're either transforming or they're becoming obsolete. The only question is, which one are you?